Okay girls, so now we'll be moving on to your next topic, that is functions of management. By now you will all know what is management. Management is the art of getting things done through others, right? So under your functions of management you have various functions. That is, your first function is your planning. Very important. First you begin with planning, organizing, then next is staffing, directing, coordinating and reporting, after which your last function, your seventh function, is budgeting. Okay, so it begins with planning. Okay, now what is planning? Planning is nothing but planning is done by the top management. Planning is something that is the first step of management. In case if you want to manage effectively, that is the first function of management. You need to first plan as to how you need to act, how you need to go about achieving your objectives, and what plan stepwise as to what is the first thing that you need to do, what is the second thing that you need to do, how you need to organize everyone, and how you need to distribute your duties, how formulation of plans, policies, strategies, programs, procedures and schedules to achieve the desired organizational objectives. Okay, how you will go stepwise in order to achieve your objective. That is your first step, that is planning. Second one is organizing. What are you going to organize? You're going to organize your manpower. Manpower is nothing but the employees. Then what is the material which is available with you? Your resources, men, money, machines, material, managerial, personal. How you will put together all of these in order to achieve your objectives, how you will go stepwise in order to achieve your objectives. Okay, and how you will identify what are the activities that need to be done in order to achieve your objectives, and what will happen if you do certain activities, what will be the outcome. Okay, and how you will delegate your responsibilities, and how you will establish authority as to who will be in charge of that particular stuff. All of this will be done in organizing. Organizing is step by step. Okay, step by step. Always remember, organizing is step by step, going step by step. Next one is staffing. Now what is staffing? Staffing is nothing but wherein you are giving different departments. Under your different departments you have different separate function. Okay, it is considered as a separate function of the management by many management experts. Now in staffing, it is basically like how you are positioning. Suppose how you are giving leadership roles in the organization. Okay, staffing, that firstly you should make sure that you are okay, in staffing, you should firstly ensure that you are taking the right employee for work with the necessary knowledge and skills that he's required. He should have necessary qualification. Suppose if in a company, if they require MBA graduate, you should make sure that the particular person has done MBA only. So staffing means you are taking the right person for the right job. Okay, and he should be able to manage and execute the various activities in order to achieve the objectives of the organization. Next one is directing. Now who will be directing? Directing is basically done by the manager. Okay, he will be in the top management and he will direct his subordinates as to how they need to go about achieving the objectives. In case if they are going wrong, he will assess them and he will say where they are going wrong, and he will give them necessary directions in order to achieve a particular objective and in order to achieve the goals. Okay, he will conduct various meetings and he will say how they need to achieve the objective. He will continuously guide and monitor them. Next one is coordination, communication and control. This is most important function. Now what happens in coordination, communication and control? Firstly, you need top management, middle level management, low level management must coordinate with each other. Okay, only then they will be able to achieve the objective. And top management, whatever happens in the top management, whatever discussions are there, the manager should communicate it to the lower level management and the middle level management, and the manager should take necessary control in order to achieve the objectives of the organization, in order to make sure that every individual is giving their 100%. Better environment conditions are maintained in the organization, every grievance should be addressed, every employee should be treated equally, and all the employees must be taken with utmost care. Okay, they should make sure that they are providing with comfortable environment. So communication, coordination and control is very important in an organization, and that is the main function of the management. Next one is reporting. Reporting is basically your middle level management and your low level management reports to the top management. It could be either the manager or the person who is appointed in order to check the particular reports. Okay, whatever the reports are, they will report it. Next is budgeting. Budgeting is usually done by the top management only. It is done by the top management only because they will know what are the resources of the organization, what are the amount of finance that is available in the organization. They will have the access to the capital of the organization, operation, based on which they will budget accordingly, and they will see as to how they need to carry out the day-to-day operations. So in budgeting, in other words, WJ Watter, budgeting is a kind of future accounting in which problems of future are met on paper before transaction actually occurs. Now, why is budgeting done? Budgeting is done because you need to keep certain amount of money in advance so that you do not have any fluctuations in the operation, so that your operations have been carried out or day to day on a regular basis easily. Okay, that is why budgeting is very important. Okay, let's move on to your next topic, that is Fayol's principle of management. Now, what is Fayol's principle of management? Fayol's principle of management, basically, Henry Fayol suggested 14 principles of management. He suggested 14 principles. First one is division of work. What is division of work? Basically, if there are 5 people working in an organization, 5 people will be given different kinds of work. Now, what happens when the work is divided? It will become very easy for you to achieve the objective. Everyone will do their work effectively, plus you will reduce the workload, you will reduce the work burden, based on which everyone will be able to understand how they need to work, and they will also be able to participate in various functions of management like planning, organizing, directing, controlling, coordination, reporting, budgeting, etc. And they will be able to perform effectively. When the work is equally divided, they will be able to understand what is their work and how they need to perform. Authority and responsibility, it's very important. According to Henry Fayol, he says it is very important for you to select a particular manager. The manager will be in the top management, who will take utmost authority, and he will take proper responsibility as to how the employees are carrying out work and how the subordinates are working, based on which he will also rank and appreciate the employees. Next is discipline. Discipline is very important. If this particular element is missing in the organization, it means that the organization cannot function effectively. Okay, you should make sure that the manager should make sure that there is complete discipline, there is authority, and you are observing all the rules and regulations. Next is unity of command. Unity of command is nothing but, once the manager gives a command, it is very important for all the employees to obey that particular order and to perform as per how the instructions have been given to them. Next is unity of direction. What is unity of direction? In case if you have step by step in planning, if you have this is the first step, this is the second step, it means that you have to follow that particular steps in order to achieve the objectives. You cannot take the second step first, and you cannot take the fourth step second. Okay, so it is very important that you have unity of direction, and it is very important that the manager should continuously keep directing the employees and show them what is the right path to achieve the objective. Next is subordination of individual interest to general interest. Now, individual interest to general interest. As you all know, employees are belonging to different backgrounds. Okay, you might have different goals in life. I might have different goals in life, but still we end up in one particular organization due to various reasons. Now, it is very important for the top management to align, okay, to merge your individual goal along with the general interest of the companies, to align with the goals of the companies. Because if the individual interest merges with the general interest of the company, the individual will be able to work even more effectively to achieve the goals of the organization. But in case if the individual is just not interested, if he says this is not my goal in life, this is not what I wanted, then he will not be able to give his 100% to the organization. Next is fair remuneration to workers. Fair remuneration, very important. If the employees are not given remuneration, if every employee is given, suppose if one employee is given 14,000, if another employee is given 10,000, there will be disagreement between the two, right? It will not be fair. So you need to give fair remuneration, and minimum amount of remuneration must be given based on the work they are performing in order to provide employee satisfaction. Okay, so employee satisfaction, decent salary have to be given. Next is centralization. Centralization is basically you need to centralize. That means you need to concentrate, just like how we have it in our government. That is, we have a central government in Delhi wherein they control the entire country, right? So basically in that way we have centralization. That is, the top management will be under your centralization, and they will manage all the other levels. Okay, that is your low level and your middle level. Centralization is basically concentration of authority. Your concentration of authority is in the top level management. Centralization is very important because you know it become very effective when the top management is issuing rules and regulations and giving directions to the employees. Next is you have scalar chain of principles. Now what is the scalar chain of principle? It basically means that superiors ranging from highest authority to the lowest authority. Now you're seeing from the highest to the lowest authority. Okay, it is in a plank form. According to this principle, order or communication should pass through proper channels. Very important. Okay, as I told you all, the top management, whatever is the discussion is happening in the top management, the manager should communicate to the low level management and the middle level management and the low level management. According to scalar chain principle, that is what it says. Whatever is the information, it should pass in proper channels. Okay, it should be very swift and it should be very easy to communicate to the other levels of management. Now, what are the advantages of scalar chain? Is basically it ensures unity of command. Okay, it knows basically it knows whom the person has to report to, because you will have various departments like HR, marketing, finance. Under that also you will have different people, that is HR manager, marketing manager. Okay, the people there'll be people who will be working under them, so they will know as to whom they need to report to, whom they need to take guidance to. Okay, next you have delegation of authority. It will become very easy to delegate the authority. Next you have drawbacks, limitations. What is a drawback? It is lengthy. Very correct, it is lengthy because you'll have to go to this particular manager, that manager goes to another manager, and then it will pass on to the top management. So it will become a very tremendous tedious, and it will become a tired process, and there's a lot of time consuming, and it is also very lengthy. Now it suffers from a drawback, and basically here certain information might also be missed out. Okay, the next principle is order. What is order? Order is nothing but, there are two types of order. Order is basically systematic arrangement of things and person in organization. How you're systematically arranging things and persons in organization. Management should observe the principle of right place for everything. As I told you, right person for the right job. Similarly, order means right place at the right thing. Okay, right thing at the right place, sorry. So according to Henry Fayol, order is divided into two types, that is material order and social order. Now what is material order? Arrangement of materials in the right place for every occasion. Okay, for every occasion, for any event that is happening in the organization, you should make sure that the any material, whatever materials are required, are arranged in the right place. Social order is arrangement of persons. In other words, it refers to arranging people, that is basically right person for the right job. Okay, this what happens when the order is perfect? Here if you are successfully observing the order, there should be scientific selection of competent personnel. Very important, you should select proper person only. Suppose if the organization requires an MBA graduate, you should take an MBA graduate. Next is correct assignment of duties. Okay, suppose an MBA graduate cannot be given a clerk duty, and a clerk cannot be given a manager's duty. Okay, so based on the position, based on the staff, based on how the employee is, based on what the qualification is, assignment of work, the work has to be assigned. Next is good organization. Okay, organization should be good. Your 11th principle is equity. Equity means equality. Equality, which means all the employees must be treated equally. No employee should be treated, there should be no unfair practices. Everyone should be given equal opportunity of promotion, okay, getting salary, okay, everything. They should be equally treated, and there should be equality for a successful organization. Next is stability of staff. Now what is stability of staff? If you see in various companies, after 1 year people might tend to leave the job. Okay, this happens if the employee is not satisfied with the working environment, or if the employee is not satisfied with the pay, or in case if he's not treated very nicely. So stability of staff is very important. Your staff, your human resource is the most important asset of the organization. So all the employees must be treated with utmost care. Everyone's opinion must be taken into consideration. Everyone should be treated equally, because of which the employees will feel secure, they will feel they are respected, and they will not feel like moving from the organization. They will always stay and work effectively for the organization and achieve the goals of the organization. Next is initiative. Initiative is nothing but it is you are taking an initiative to execute a plan. Now see, it is not necessary that top management also should execute a plan. Sometimes even the lower management can also give necessary ideas to the top management to execute the plan. That is innovation, that is a mark of technological progress. Okay, you are encouraged, each and every employee must be encouraged to give necessary initiatives, like they should come up with their initiative plans, okay, whatever the ideas are or anything. Next is e-spirit de corps. E-spirit de corps is nothing but, since union is strength, okay, union, every organization will have a union. Okay, now what is this union? Union works in favor of the employees. Okay, they basically, you will have various trade unions and all of these. There will be a particular union and they create team spirit amongst the employees. Okay, and they will also maintain harmony and unity amongst the particular staff. These are the 14 principles of the Fayol's management. Okay, next is you have F.W. Taylor's scientific management. Now F.W. Taylor's scientific management, will be doing it in the later classes. Okay, now it says nothing, but again it's the repetition of the point. I will just brief this particular topic. Now according to Frederick Wilson Taylor, 1856 to 1915, he is the father of scientific management. Okay, very important, father of scientific management. He has contribution to two dimensions, that is mechanical and philosophical. Now under your mechanical and philosophical, it says Taylor's scientific management considered of 4 principles. These are the principles of Taylor's management. Okay, principles, very important. If they ask you F.W. Taylor's, these are the principles. We will do it in this class itself. We'll be completing with this topic. Principles. Now what are the principles? It says replace rule of thumb, work methods. You need to by heart these principles. Okay, replace rule of thumb work methods with method based scientific study of task. Okay, he's asking you to replace rule of thumb works with method based of scientific study. Next, scientifically select and train, teach and develop the workmen. Basically select the people who are capable of that particular job, then teach them, develop them, give them training and development, and enable them to work effectively. Okay, next is provide detailed instruction, very important. Tell them, if you are hiring them for a job, tell them how they need to carry out that particular work, how they need to go step by step in order to achieve the objective, and how the top management should continuously supervise, the manager should supervise the work and enhance. Okay, should continuously monitor the work to encourage him to make sure that the employee is performing better, and he should be continuously given tasks so that he improves in his performance. Next, divide the work equally between managers and workers. Now it doesn't mean if a particular person becomes the manager, he will become the boss of the company or something. No, in case if the employees are working in the organization, manager should also equally be responsible with the employees, and he should also be in given work, and he should also work with the employees. So these are the principles of Taylor's Fayol. Okay, now this is not very important for you all wherein you need to study about the scientific management. These points are not important. Okay, only the principles are important. Next, you have administration versus management. Now, what is the difference between administration and what is the difference between management? So, looking into the first difference, administration is regarded as the higher level activity. Administration. What is administration? Now, your office is known as the admin's office, right? It says, the word only clearly says that it is people of higher authority who are there in that particular position. Okay, so it is regarded as the higher level activity. Management is lower level activity or authority. Now, why is it lower level authority? Because management, as we studied earlier, it is a global activity. It is there in all parts of life. Administration is regarded as thinking process. Here it is a doing process. Here you need to think. You need to think effectively of how you need to go about administrating. Here you need to make sure how you are doing work, doing process. The function of administration is largely determinative. Here it is executive. Here you are determining. Here you are executing. You are executing everything. That is planning, organizing. You are executing as to how you achieve the objective. In under administration, your next point, fourth point is concerned with the formulation of overall plan. Okay, now the top management will plan something. It is basically thinking as to how you need to go about and execute the plan to achieve the objectives. On other hand, management is basically they are executing the plans, policies that are formulated by the administration. Now, administration sets objectives of the enterprise. Management tries to attain the objective. They are setting the objective. They are trying to attain the objective, achieve the objective. Now, administration decides the scope and purview of the enterprise. Management is to work within the limits as given by the administration. Administration will set certain limits, and management will show how they need to work with the administration. Okay, your next point is administration is vested with the entire authority. Okay, your entire authority is basically because of the top management. You will have chairman, you will have board of directors, you will have auditors. Okay, so lower levels of management to carry out the assigned work. Administration says how the lower levels of management will carry out the work. On the other hand, management utilizes the delegated authority. Basically, you will have different people in the organization, right? That is top management, middle level management, lower level management. It basically says how the work is assigned and how they carry out work. Okay, administration devises the structure of organization. They will show as to middle level, low level, top level, who will be there. Okay, here it is using the structure which is devised by the administration. Okay, your next point is your 9th point. Administration makes the overall decisions. Okay, as I told you all, it is the top management. They are making the decision. Here they are making sure that whatever decisions have taken are put into use effectively to achieve the objective. Next is administration is not directly concerned with direction of human efforts in execution of plans, policies of the enterprise. On other hand, management is directly concerned with the direction of human efforts in execution of plans, policies and enterprise. Okay, it is basically concerned with how the employees will carry out the plans and policies. Okay, administration will set the plans and policies of to how they need to execute it. They will in management, you will execute the plans and policies. Moving on to your next topic, you have management process.